Hi, you're watching Current Issues. My name is Vineet Malhotra, and of course, in the program today, we look at both politics and the economics of demonetization. The grand economic experiment of demonetization continues to trouble the common man in this harvesting and the wedding season. There are stories of hardships amongst people. There are cases where hospitals have denied admitting serious patients because their families did not have new currency notes. We also saw a stack of cash floating in drains and people jumping to collect it. People who cannot do card transactions have suffered severely because of demonetization. So why wasn't the aim first maximum digitization and then demonetization done in a planned manner? And also, why should the salaried class suffer who anyway pay income taxes? And the contradictions. We see the common man standing in queues and big defaulters like Vijay Mallya, they are flaunting their wealth. Why is the government not talking about big sharks, the loan sharks, which have actually helped a lot of banks lose a lot of money, so-called NPAs? And before we delve into our show with our respected guests, let's listen in.
जो चोर थे उन्होंने अपना सब पैसा बदल दिया और जो ईमानदार लोग हैं आप सबको लाइन में खड़ा कर दिया नरेंद्र मोदी ने। आप मुझे बताओ, ये जो लाइनें लगी हैं इसमें आपको एक अमीर व्यक्ति दिखाई दे रहा है? कहीं भी हिंदुस्तान में एक अमीर व्यक्ति दिख रहा है आपको? एक भी काले धन वाला आपको इस लाइन में दिख रहा है? काले धन वाले सीधे बैंक में जा रहे हैं, पीछे से पैसा निकाल रहे हैं। पूरी दुनिया रो रही है। अब कहते हैं भैया कैशलेस बनाएंगे। कैशलेस का मतलब भी मैं आपको समझा देता हूं। यहां पे किसान आता है मंडी में, अपना पैसा किसान आता है ना, उसको पैसा देता है व्यापारी। जब कैशलेस दुनिया आएगी ना, किसान को पता भी नहीं लगेगा, व्यापारी को पता भी नहीं लगेगा। 5% पैसा सीधा जाएगा बड़े उद्योगपतियों की जेब। मोदी जी ने हिंदुस्तान की जो इकोनॉमी है भैया उसको खत्म कर दिया, उड़ा दिया। गरीब लोग, किसान, मजदूर, महिलाएं सब लाइन में खड़े हैं और जो काला धन वाले हैं वो बैंक के पीछे से पैसा निकालते हैं। कहीं 100 करोड़ मिलता है, कहीं 15 करोड़ मिलता है। एक सेकंड कहीं 15 करोड़ मिलता है। बीजेपी का नेता कर्नाटक में 500 करोड़ की शादी कराता है। ये पैसा कहां से आ रहा है? आप जवाब दो मुझे। इनके पास 2000 रुपए नहीं मिल रहा है, वहां पे 500 करोड़ कैसे आ रहा है? पुराने नोट पे नहीं, नए नोट भीड़ में लग जाएगा। कहां से आ रहा है? आपकी पार्टी मोदी जी ने कहा था मैं भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ लड़ूंगा। भ्रष्टाचार को उन्होंने बढ़ावा दिया भैया।
Okay, let's delve into our discussion. Let me welcome our panelists for today's Current Issues. Richa Pandey Mishra, spokesperson for the Aam Aadmi Party, is with me in the studio. Richa, thank you so much for joining us. Harish Khurana, spokesperson for the Bharatiya Janata Party, is going to be joining us. Thank you, Mr. Khurana. And Mohammad Khan, spokesperson for the Congress Party, is also going to join us very shortly. Richa, let me begin with you. Daily transactions through e-wallet services. This is some data that I want to read out to you. And of course, then we will take this debate into a different direction. Daily transactions through e-wallet services has shot up from 17 lakhs to 63 lakhs, and value of transactions has increased from 52 crores to almost 200 crores. The dream of digitalizing India is probably in the process of becoming true, as the Prime Minister Narendra Modi envisaged it, but yet the highlights of the sufferings of the common man are the ones which are doing the headlines. Why is that?
Vineet, before I answer this question, I think the viewers must be knowing this, that only 50% of the households in India are connected through a proper bank. So what about the remaining? Okay, then another thing is that in urban India, it is 60% urban population is connected through ATMs, debit cards and plastic money, etc. In rural India, it is again very less, maybe 20% or so. In parts of India like Nagaland, Sikkim, Kohima, Northeast or the tribal belts, this is zilch. The village which Narendra Modi ji has adopted in Banaras has there is in the spread of 20-25 villages, there is only one bank and there is no ATM. There is no money in that bank. What are they talking about? Plastic money or cashless economy? okay, it is fine that we agree that less cash economy should have come, but it takes 5 to 10 years to roll in this. We are a vast country. So which means the intention was never to go digital. If the intention was to go digital and make the less cash economy, not cashless economy, then the provisions should have been taken into consideration.
So there is lack of preparedness.
Infrastructure should, this whole thing was done for political gain. They thought that if they have got a image of suit boot ki sarkar, they wanted to get rid of this image and wanted to become masiha of the poor. So they thought that demonetization will help them in this case, but it has backfired. As we have come to know today, RBI has said 14.5 lakh crore rupees are back in the bank. 15.5 lakh crores were in the form of 500 to 1000 rupees. So if there is only a difference of 1 lakh crore rupees, that will come in another 1 week or 2 weeks. So what is happening? Have they targeted black economy, or what are they doing? So this, as you rightly said in your opening comment, it is a mega experiment. It was a mega experiment to get benefits and get political benefits, and they have failed miserably, and now they don't know what to do. So they are distracting the public by talking about cashless economy and digital economy and saying that, see, we did this for something. I mean, it's bizarre.
Okay, let me also get an opening comment from Mr. Harish Khurana, who is the spokesperson for the Bharatiya Janata Party. And to sum up what Richa has said, Mr. Khurana, it is, this is what the opposition is probably trying to elucidate, that it is probably a safer bet for the government to maintain the digitization narrative than to focus on the inconveniences which are being faced by the common man and the sporadic and abrupt amendments which keep popping up every now and then. Is it true, sir?
Vineet, first of all, I like to thank the people of country who are facing this problem, but they are patiently appreciating the move which has been taken by Prime Minister of India. Now, I would like to tell my dear friend from Aam Aadmi Party, the purpose of this whole scheme or purpose of this whole drive was primarily two things. One, corruption removing, which was existing since 70 years in the country, one. Secondly, the fake currency which was coming in from Pakistan or other parts of the world to India and disturbing our economy, also funding the terrorism. The purpose was two clearly. I agree people are facing the problem. I agree to you, they're in lines, they are having the, but not even a single person. You have done surveys on your channel also, and I'm going on other channels also, and not even a single person who is standing in a queue has said this move of Prime Minister is wrong or any wrong intentions.
Okay.
So the purpose is cleared and people are appreciating that. One. Secondly, if I'll give you a small example, 20 years back, when the mobile came to in India, people were saying this is a move of this is a mobile which is been only for the rich people, 17 rupees, 18 rupees per unit, I mean per call. Look at what has happened now. Each and every household has a mobile these days. This has become a necessity of the person. She has given some data that only 50% of the people is only using banks. That the purpose 23 crores have been added in last 2 years through Jan Dhan account. We have targeted those people 23 crores, which is not a small number. They have come into banking system. They have given a RuPay card to them, and of course, I don't know why they are opposing it. I'll give a small example. She herself knows it. Teachers of some schools, also some daily wages, they get some cash and say for 100 rupees, but the signature was done at 150 rupees. If they'll get the payment through checks or through online, they'll get 100% payment, no corruption in that.
Okay, valid argument, sir. Valid argument. And
yes, Prime Minister has asked my purpose, last comment. My Prime Minister has asked the country people to give me 50 days. 35 days has been passed. At least give him 15-20 days more. You should have, I mean, you should have given a benefit of doubt to that gentleman who has taken a so big move. So 50 days, wait for 50 days now.
Okay, we'll come back to that,
Whatever
which
you
I'll
want
give you an
to
opportunity
say,
to
tell
speak.
them after 50 days.
Okay, Mr.
Look,
Khurana. Okay, well, the former Finance Minister P. Chidambaran, actually said that most of, the global economists and analysts of businesses were against demonetization. And of course, there were other comments he made which were not so very charitable. Let's listen in.
In the last nearly 33 days, I have got exactly two 2,000 rupee notes. I cannot get a single 2,000 rupee note. But how does 34 crore, 20 crore, 10 crore, everyday stories are printed? Maharashtra, Gujarat, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, Bengal, Delhi. How do they get the 2,000 rupee notes? Is it going directly from the printing press to them? The printing press sends it to the currency chest. The currency chest sends it to the banks. And the banks are supposed to ration the money and give it to you and me. How does anyone get 34 crore worth of 2,000 rupee notes? This is the biggest scam of the year, and this must be investigated. Every bank says there's no cash. So how did the government say you can withdraw 24,000 rupees? What calculation did they do? A complete mismanagement, which is why Dr. Manmohan Singh said monumental mismanagement. You did not do your calculations. People are standing in line to get 2,000 rupees and 3,000 rupees. If the entire 15 lakh crore comes back to the banking system, what have you done this for? There is a Hindi proverb, sorry for my pronunciation, Koda Pahad Nikli Chuhya. Why have you done this exercise? I think the people of this country must be sensitized to the fact that this is an assault on the poor. This has broken the back of 45 crore people who depend on a daily wage and a daily income. With a completely thoughtless, meaningless move by the government, and ultimately it may yield no results whatsoever.
Okay, we're also joined by Mr. Mohammad Khan, who's the spokesperson for the Congress Party. And before we go to Mohammad, some facts that my team has researched and I would like to share with our panelists as well as our audience. In Bahur, the rice bowl of Puducherry, thousands of farm people and construction laborers have been rendered jobless. From Telangana to Tamil Nadu, there are reports of extensive loss of livelihood, severe disruption in the sowing of seeds. And Delhi has more ATMs than Rajasthan, huge problems being faced in Rajasthan. In Odisha, farmers walk all day to reach a bank and stand in line only to find out that by the time their turn comes, the bank has run out of cash. In Manipur, printing of newspapers has stopped because distributors are struggling with a cash crunch. Well, is this a sort of a new parallel economy, Mohammad Khan, that probably the government is oblivious to?
Yeah.
You're folding your sleeves to get ready for a fight.
Mr. Vineet, I would first like to begin. Right. Well, actually, I was quite struck by what the learned gentleman from BJP was saying. He says that when the mobile revolution happened, people made similar observations. Sir, nobody forced the mobile revolution down your throat. Nobody said that from today onwards your landlines will not be functional and from tomorrow you must have a cell phone number. Your analogy, you're trying to compare apples and oranges. So therefore, there's a huge problem there. Number two, look, Mr. Chidambaram laid it out beautifully. There are severe problems with the way you're implementing this. There are grave problems and people are suffering as a result of it. But unfortunately, you don't seem to see that at all. All you're concerned with is this narrative and this echo chamber that you've surrounded yourself in. जनता खुश है, हमसे खुश है. जनाब, जनता आपसे खुश बिल्कुल नहीं, दूर दूर तक खुश नहीं है. As Vineet ji, you rightly pointed out right now, there's significant job loss, and economists, neutral economists not belonging to any party, predicted that this would happen. And let's look at the data coming out. Again, I would like to draw the BJP spokesperson attention to this. Sir, by the amount that you guys have put back into the economy and at the rate at which you're putting it back into the economy, it looks like it'll take at least 7 months before you're able to get to the position that existed before November 8th. You are guilty of not only monumental mismanagement but trying to whitewash your failures.
And already we are, hearing reports, Richa, about black money spurring up at different corners of the country. But that's a plague that was, that was supposed to be fixed in the first place. But it's already reared its ugly head in the middle of demonetization, and we are not even 50 days into it.
And also something which Harish ji has mentioned, that we were after the fake currency notes. I just read a report that only 0.2% of the currency notes were fake. So in order to go to that 2.2% notes, you have killed the whole white economy. And as employment is really crumbling, and he was also mentioning that people are very happy with what is happening, and they are not saying. I want to tell you, Mr. Harish Khurana, that in democracy, people show their anger or their happiness by casting their vote. And I just want to bring your attention to 2 very recent small polls. One was held in Mandi. And out of 17 seats, municipal elections, out of 17 seats, BJP has got 0, and 10 have been won by Aam Aadmi Party, remaining by Congress. And in Delhi itself, today we came to know that there were this Mandi, the market elections, and out of 17 seats, BJP has got zilch. So this is a way of the traders, of the common people, to tell you, and you're not listening. Your ears are not on ground. You're not empathetic to the fact that common people are suffering. And what about those hundreds of people who are dying? I mean, how do you justify that, their death? How do you justify to yourself that it was okay in the name of patriotism? You're saying anybody who speaks against this whole move is not patriotic. It's a gimmick. It's an experiment that you are doing with lives. And you are going to take the economy down by 5% or so, and it will not recover. It will take more than 7 months to get the new currency notes back into the system. So I am not sure what is the game plan of BJP, because it looks like that this is running a country is not like running a tea stall, Mr. Harish Khurana.
Right, and Mr. Khurana,
Vineet, can I add something
let me go to Mr. Khurana. Mohammed, I'll come back to you. Mr. Khurana, I saw your finger go up, sir. You've heard all the allegations, you've heard the counter argument. What's your retort?
Two things. Vineet, 2 things. Richa has rightly said one thing, ki people shows their anger or beliefs when they polls in. She's talking about Mandi polls, but she forgot to tell about the Gujarat, about the Maharashtra polls, as well as other part of the country where we have a by polls of Lok Sabha also, and Assam, and every local corner of the country. So people have showed their faith in the present government only. She forgot that. One. Secondly, in my opening remarks, I admitted that people is facing a problem, but they are with the government, and they are saying we are happy that the government has taken strict action against the corruption. Let this results comes after 50 days. My only request from the people from the opposition party is, please allegate after 50 days now. Wait for that.
Where is the black money?
Secondly,
Out of 15.5
Let him finish.
crores,
Let him finish.
already.
Let him finish.
Where is all this money coming from?
Mohammed Khan and Richa,
I have not interfered in you.
request you
I have
to
not
let him finish.
interfered in
Mr.
you. Let
Khurana,
me
go ahead,
complete.
sir.
Let me complete. Let me complete.
Go ahead, Mr.
Also,
Khurana.
I admit there was a leakage in the whole system. I agree there was a leakage. But to fill those leakage, there is a time which could to be taken care of. I'll give a small example. Previously, this money which has been caught has never been caught in this kind of. पहले लोगों की जेब में जाता था, करप्ट लोगों की जेब में जाता था, अब ट्रेजरी में जाता है. यही कांग्रेस का प्रॉब्लम है. और प्रॉब्लम कांग्रेस क्या बोल रही है? चिदम्बरम वो बोल रहे हैं who has ruined
सर
this
हमें
country
प्रॉब्लम
for
आपसे
10
है,
years.
आपकी
Today,
बचकानी
India is
आर्गुमेंट से
facing
प्रॉब्लम
a
है
problem
सर,
of not
बच्चों
because
जैसी
of
बातें
us,
करते हैं आप लोग,
because
सब
of
एक ही
10 years
स्क्रिप्ट
of
पढ़ के
court
आते हैं
corruption,
बीजेपी
what
के
they did
स्पोक्स
it.
पर्सन।
Okay, Mohammed, I'll come back to you, but Mohammed Khan, I'll come back to you. We are going to try and give you an unbiased perspective on behalf of News World India, and let's now listen into what Finance Minister Arun Jaitley had to say about this.
एक प्रमुख उद्देश्य ये है कि अधिक से अधिक जहां तक संभव हो अर्थव्यवस्था का, इकोनॉमी का जो कैश ट्रांजैक्शन है वो कम हो और उसके सब्स्टिट्यूशन में डिजिटल ट्रांजैक्शंस आगे बढ़े। कैश के साथ डील करना, इसके इकोनॉमिक कॉस्ट भी हैं और पूरे डेमोक्रेटिक सिस्टम में भी इसका एक कॉस्ट है जो इनबिल्ट है। कुछ कॉस्ट अपेरेंट है, कुछ इनबिल्ट है। और इसलिए सरकार प्रयास करती रही है और बैंकिंग व्यवस्था भी प्रयास करती रही है कि क्रेडिट कार्ड्स, डेबिट कार्ड्स, ई वॉलेट्स और जितने भी ऑल्टरनेटिव मेथड्स ऑफ डिजिटल करेंसी हैं उनको इनकरेज किया जाए और बहुत बड़े पैमाने में इस एक महीने में ये स्विच ओवर होता हुआ दिख रहा है।
Okay, so the dream of digitalizing India, Mohammed Khan, is probably one of the agendas on the government's mind. And RuPay cards, as of November 8th, the transactions have increased by 316%. So notwithstanding the problems that the common man is facing, and of course you also want to retort to what Mr. Khurana had said, digitalization is probably a step in the right direction, but demonetization is not.
Right, Vineet, let me just say this. It's disappointing. I have had the opportunity to debate BJP spokesperson several times over the last couple of weeks, and unfortunately it seems they all read from the same tired, hackneyed script. When they fail in trying to convince you, they try and confuse you by saying, oh, let's go for a cashless economy, that was the real objective. You guys can try and change the goalposts all you want. 95 people are dead. The list was published yesterday, and that is directly as a result of your policies. Number two, what are you talking about? You finished off corruption. Every day money is being found by people that has somehow gotten it away from the banking system and from the RBI and is finding its way in the hands of black marketeers. What have you done? Where is your promise of strict vigilance? You have failed, sir. There is no doubt in the minds of the people that you failed. And it's very clear that the rich, जिनको आप कहते थे अरे वो चैन की नींद नहीं सो रहे परेशान खड़े, those are the guys who've gotten away scot free. Whereas जो जुल्म आप ढा रहे हैं वो बेचारे गरीबों पे, जिनकी नौकरियां जा रही हैं, जिनकी डेली वेज वो खत्म हो रही है, जिनके पास पैसा नहीं है अपने रोजगार और आमदनी चलाने का. And then you have the, I'm sorry sir, you have the gall to stand up on television and say, the nation supports it, we are becoming cashless, telecom revolution. Sir, this is a joke. Please don't embarrass yourselves further by defending it. Start coming up with ways to fix the situation. That is what the Congress is saying.
Okay, well, Richa, the Aam Aadmi Party has been vociferously attacking, especially the convener of the Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal, has been attacking the Prime Minister vociferously. So even some of the virtuous steps, that are probably in favor of the country taken by Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be nevertheless be accused and criticized by the Aam Aadmi Party. Do you think this, this policy of crying wolf at whatever the BJP does might work against you at some point in time?
I think we have supported Mr. Modi in all the good things which he has done. We supported him on the yoga day. We supported him very much. All our volunteers, including Arvind ji and all the ministers, all our MLAs across the country, all the volunteers were out with brooms. Because we wanted to support, and we said it's a good move. Swachh Bharat was a good move, and demonetization we would have supported because we are an anti-corruption party. We keep our funds clear. It's not like BJP that 67% of their donations are undeclared and we don't know from where they are coming. So we would have supported them if their intention was right. They did not touch the Swiss bank account holders, they did not touch the Panama and Bahama account holders, and they claim that they want to seriously look at black money. Their implementation is so poor, it's so pathetic that it is killing people. And now when we see so many BJP leaders from Rajasthan, from Assam, from West Bengal, from Maharashtra, BJP leaders are being caught with crores and crores of money. So the intention is not right and implementation is not right, and that's why as we are protesting about, I mean, that's a democratic right to protest.
Okay, Mr. Khurana, you heard what Richa said, and also, sir, you know, with the election season coming up, demonetization, you know, the BJP probably would try and reconcile its position in the states that it's eyeing. Do you think demonetization will also have an adverse effect on your party as well, though you have started the scheme?
See, two things. Richard said ki crores of rupees is being caught, and also this Congress spokesperson also saying this. This is because of the strong visualization of the whole system, what we are doing it, and we are serious of getting hold of these persons. That's the reason
They are from
we
your
are getting
party.
hold of this money. Otherwise, in the Congress regime, lot of Richa, I have not interfered. Please, because in the Congress regime, see, we have seen in 10 years, lakhs of crore rupees have been gone in a drain. God knows where it is. And then either Congress knows or God knows it.
Well, some people say,
Anyway,
sir, that money
talk
is in the
about-
Swiss
So your
banks
2.5
that
years have
the
been abysmal,
BJP
sir.
wanted
You've done nothing
to
for the
bring
people
back.
of the country.
See, initially Swiss bank money was around 12,000 crores. Now it has come down to 8,000 crores. Now, are you waiting for the money to get totally wiped out, and then you will say, oh, we didn't get anything? Just like now you are saying that, oh, out of 15.5 lakh crores, only 14.5 lakh crore is already back, and you will say that, I mean, where is black money?
Okay.
That
Richa,
you
my
have
party-
that working,
Can I-
that
can I
was
react?
working capital.
Can I react?
That was Harish ji. That money was
Can I
working
react?
capital, money of
Can I give
traders,
the answer?
of common people, of housewives,
Okay, well,
of
we
farmers.
we have run out of time. We have run out of time, Richa. We have run out of time, Richa Pandey Mishra. We have run out of time, Mr. Khurana. We'll pick up this debate where we left off at another time. It's time for us to wrap up the show. Mohammad Khan, Mr. Khurana, and Richa, thank you so much for joining us here on Current Issues. Keep watching News World India. Thank you.